Yeah. Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Good afternoon. I have a little bit of a new setup. So if you guys could let me know if the audio is okay. Microphone's in a different place. And I already get the feeling I'm going to have to change positions because every time I look this way, I'm not talking directly at the microphone. So I just want to make sure. But as I'm watching the videos, I am. So that was kind of weird. For reaction videos by themselves, it's great. For live streaming like this, may have to change some things. So if you see me favoring this side like this, it's because that's where the microphone is at the moment. You guys can't see it, I don't think. No, I moved it out of the way. But hello, happy Saturday. Happy early Father's Day to you fathers out there. Whether you have bear your own children or stepped into the role of father for other children and young people, appreciate you very much. I do not wish people who don't have kids happy Father's Day, because I don't think having a pet makes you a parent. So I don't do the whole like dog dad thing. I think it's silly. Teach their own. That's okay. Raising humans is way different than raising animals. But how is everybody? Where are we tuning in from? Let me know. Let's get the chat active. Where's everybody tuning in from? How are you today? How are you celebrating Father's Day this year? Would love to hear more. And again, let me know if there's any audio issues. I've got a new setup going. Want to make sure that everything is coming across crystal clear, loud and clear. Let me know. Let me know. Let's see. My body aches all over. I am in a lot of pain. We have jiu-jitsu class Saturday mornings, so I just got home about an hour and a half ago, took a shower, got ready for this. And it was an intense one this morning. It was a seminar session today where we basically, I don't even know what the move is called, but we learned how, I'll say it in non-jiu-jitsu speak, if somebody is basically on top of you and you've got your legs wrapped around them and they choose to stand up, like what different ways you can kind of reverse them to get them back down. And one of the ways that we learned today was how to stick your heels into their hips and basically flip them over their own head while following them down and staying mounted. So I was upside down a lot today, both as the bad guy who got flipped over and as the good guy who had to roll with the bad guy flipping over. And so I got a headache from that, from all the blood rushing to my head. And then we had about an hour at the end of class of full sparring. So I'm worn out. Saturdays might not be a good days to do live streams because of that. If you guys have not seen it, I threw up like a little life update over in the Discord. If you have not seen it, a lot of you have, but if you have not seen it, I haven't been live for a couple of months, and the content on the channel has been fairly consistent, but it's dropped off just a little bit. But just a little bit of a life update in the life of Matt Tech. Work has kind of been all encompassing. I started a new job about a year and a half ago. Still working from home, still in hospitality. I work with a data science company, so I essentially sell repackaged data to help hotels be more profitable. It's like a very 30,000 foot view of explaining it. But it's a really good time for my company, and I'm working on the biggest deal of my company's history and the biggest deal of my 15-year sales career. So it's been all encompassing the last few months. I'm going to add paralegal to my resume because I have drafted up various versions of 23 to 25 page lawyer ready contracts. We are in the summer months now, and we homeschool year round. So we started that a couple years ago, but we're still trying to find that, that summer fun with homeschooling balance to be a little bit challenging. I've traveled a bit for work. I joined a couple beta test groups for a couple of video games that are coming out later this year, maybe early next year. And my mom is having a really big surgery next week. She's having lumbar fusion surgery on her lower back. So it's a very long recovery process, kind of a pretty in-depth surgery. So we're going to be helping them out for the next few months. Thankfully, they're both veterans, so there's a lot of help through the VA that they can get with like home nurses and people to come clean the house and all that stuff. But obviously, I want to be there for my mom and dad to help out. And then, man, the community here just continues to grow. I get a lot of emails now. We did. Oh, small guy in a big coat. Hey, man, just wanted to say I love your interpretations of songs. Ghost is a band I've largely stayed away from because of their overly satanic themes. I'll be interested to hear what you think from Central Kansas. Appreciate you, small guy in a big coat. I can't help but think of that movie, Tommy Boy. That guy in a little coat. Except for you, it's the opposite. So we're gonna do a ghost reaction today. I'm not a fan of like the overly satanic imagery, but from what I understand, it's for a specific reason to actually kind of poke fun at the church. But I think you can poke fun at the church without using the church's enemy to do so, because in using the church's enemy to poke fun at the church, you end up kind of not necessarily glorifying, but you do end up kind of sensationalizing. Is that the word? Sensationalizing the satanic and the demonic. But you also, what's the other word I'm looking for? Where it's just like it becomes more palatable. I think it starts with an S as well. There's a word I'm looking for here. A word that starts with S that also means more palatable. No, not even close. I think it starts with an O. Over. I don't know. It'll come to me like halfway through the stream. I think in doing that, again, using the satanic imagery to poke fun at the church, if you don't believe that heaven and hell is real, then I can understand why it might be funny or why it might be a jab. But for someone like myself that does believe that heaven and hell is real, then using the satanic and demonic to make fun of something holy. And again, when I say holy, I mean like God himself. I don't mean the institutions that man built around God to try to put him in a box. That's the church, quote unquote. And I get that that's what they're making fun of, or that's what they're poking fun at, or that's what they're calling into question. When you use satanic and demonic to do that, then I do feel like you just kind of sensationalize the satanic and you water down what it actually is. Because at the end of the day, the devil is not on your side. The devil wants to steal, kill, and destroy. He wants to do that to you individually. And so the more that you lean into this, the more that this imagery and stuff becomes more acceptable, then the more open and susceptible you are to those kind of attacks, whether you believe or not. Because whether you believe or not, the devil still exists. Anyway, that's all I'll say about that, small guy. I hope that's helpful. Yeah, I've only heard a couple songs though, so not too many songs. But what was I about to tell you guys before I saw small guy's comment? Small guy says, "I'm a Jesus, one true God, myself." So when I see an upside down crosses and themes that give credence to Satan, I usually just avoid, which is why President is so cool. Yeah, that's a thing too. God, thank you for clarifying that, by the way. I was about to say, hold on, is there a misprint there somewhere? Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Depending on how deep we get into Ghost, it might not be a path that I pursue very long if that's going to be a consistent thing. And again, that's just a personal preference. Or do I just stick to the music and not really look at the music videos? I'm about that life too. I could do that. I could also do that. President is so cool. I am, I don't know if you guys have seen these deep dives that I've done on the President songs, but I am loving this music coming out by this band. I don't know anything about who everybody thinks this singer is. I won't say the name that people have been saying, but I did take a listen to some of his other bands, and they're very different from each other. Like Busted and Fightstar are very different bands. And, but at the same time, there's so much effect put on his voice that I can't tell. I haven't been listening to the guy for decades like some other people have. I think it'd be funny if it's not him at all. I think it would be hilarious if it's not this guy at all, but he's just like the behind the scenes business guy of all this. Or maybe he's the songwriter and someone else is the face of the band. I think it'd be funny. But the President songs have hit me really deep. In fact, there was one reactor that I watched, and maybe I can find it, that I've never heard of before, but his reaction to In the Name of the Father was the most emotional reaction I have ever heard. And this guy is not a Christian. And it was really interesting to watch this. Maybe we won't watch the whole thing, but I do want to skip to one part in the reaction that kind of got me for a second. I have to go back over my history because I watched it maybe a week or two ago. And the guy's name is... Hold on, we're almost there. I feel like I'm back in May 21st. No, I've watched it since then. Here, let's In the Name of the Father reaction. What was this guy's name? I had never heard. Oh, his name is Teddy Gray. Here, let me do this. Oh, I didn't mean to give that away. Hold on. Let me hide the up next here. Didn't mean to give that away. So this one right here. There is an interesting thing that happens in this song.
There's levels to this reaction.
I'm gonna play just certain pieces of this because it really is wild. The look in Teddy's eyes as he hears these words, just something is happening in his spirit. He resonates with this song for sure. Woo! Yeah, Small Guy, I had never heard of this guy.
That sounds fire. Yeah, we were.
He's the first one I also heard that picked up on this really neat melody line.
Sounds fire.
Can we wait for this feeling to pass?
Seldom do you ever hear. Why is my voice doing that? So actually liking some of his music, so.
Here specifically, I'm gonna fast forward to right here. You just see it. You see everything connecting on this guy's face.
In a meaningless world.
That's my favorite part, watching reactors, man.
Yo!
He starts bawling in this reaction.
Whoa! Yo! No! Bro, what is this?
Dude, something is connecting to this guy's spirit.
What is this? This is fucking everything.
Look at it. Look at his. He's crying.
A tear just landed on my croc.
Quote of the day.
And yes, I said croc, alright? Take your minds out of the gutter.
British people are awesome. I love their accent.
Yo!
Hold on.
I felt something.
You see?
I don't know what that is. Oh, what the Whoa! What is going on?
This is awesome.
Creepy, wrinkly bastard. Oh. No.
So good, man.
Damn.
Is he starting the whole song over? Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. Look at him, man. He's just having an emotional moment with this song. These words connect with this guy. I don't know anything about Teddy, but I would be willing to bet that the same struggles that this guy has dealt with behind the mask is the same struggle that Teddy has dealt with in his life with regard to the church and religion and all that stuff. And that's why these words, although not terribly overly religious, are really connecting to me. Look at him, man. He has a moment with this song.
Meaningless world.
Wait till it gets to the bridge. Like, he's just in it. He like forgets the camera's rolling. I don't think he's heard the second verse yet.
This is mad. This might be one of the best things I've heard all year. What the fuck?
This is great.
I still think it's James Arthur. It sounds very, very similar. Can you? Just realised I'm not talking into the microphone. I'm very sorry about that. However, I'm very excited. This feels different. This feels different. Oh!
It's an amazing song, man. Boom, doom, doom, to chat, doom, chat, doom, to chat. Boom, boom, boom. Man, if I had a drum set in my house, I would play this song. I would do a drum cover of this song.
That sounded like Deftones' My Own Summer.
Oh my gosh, he's right. I didn't hear that the first time.
It's EDM.
When that harmony kicks in at the end, he has another moment. Listen.
No, and no.
He wants more.
I don't know. I don't know. If he wants to keep anonymity, please.
That's awesome, man. But okay, so I watched that guy, and I've seen some other people, have reactions, but I feel like his reaction, as genuine as it was with his emotions, is probably how I felt maybe the second or third time listening to it, because I obviously recorded my initial reaction, and it was more based on the music and stuff like that. But the more that I have listened to this song, and I did the big deep breakdown, and I put a lot of thought into that breakdown, and it didn't get as many views as the initial reaction, which is fine. It's a different audience, right? But man, I felt very close to that song, and therefore spent a lot of time diving deep into it. Then I did the same with Fearless. What up, Derpy? Did the same with Fearless. So yeah, really enjoying this President thing going on. Now they play Download Fest, I think, in just a couple of weeks, and I'm assuming that their set is going to be more than 2 songs. So if I'm a marketing person, and I'm not, then by Download Fest, I probably at least need to have the majority of the songs that I'm going to play at the festival released to the public, maybe 1 or 2 in my back pocket for a first time performance at Download Fest to get more people there. Yeah. You see, man, it's been very 50-50 what I've noticed. People either love it or they hate it. I personally love it. But when I first heard it, I didn't make any of the connection that everybody else is making to Bring Me the Horizon, because I don't know any of I know a couple other songs. I don't know hardly any of their music. I've done 1 reaction to them on the channel. But when you hear it initially, it has a little bit of an element of cheesiness to it. And I get that. But I also understand that coming from this song, In the Name of the Father, where everything was very intentional, that their choice to do that was not an accident. And so for me, my initial reaction was I really leaned into, okay, why children? And if you haven't seen my deep dive breakdown of Fearless, I go into why I think the songwriter chose a children's chant for that specific thing. And that also tells me that he is not here to appease an audience. You don't like it, and that's cool. Most people didn't like it. He doesn't care. He probably knew that going in, but the meaning of it, the meaning of making that into kids' voices, the meaning to him was more important than your acceptance of it. And I think that's great. I think it's amazing. I appreciate that, man. There's a lot of videos out there. A lot of videos on the channel. I keep forgetting what I was going to talk to you guys about. I had something. I was giving you guys an update on some stuff, and I was going to go somewhere, and I totally forgot where I was going to go. All the blood rushed to my head at jiu-jitsu this morning. I think I got flipped upside down, I don't know, 25 times. I didn't land on my head, thankfully, but I got flipped upside down a fair number of times today. Okay. Well, let's dive in. Let's dive into some music. So I'm going to go back to, well, first of all, now that I can see a bunch of people are in the stream, let me know if the audio is good, if the microphone's good. I have a whole new setup going on. Added a monitor, moved some things around, got some new equipment. So I want to make sure that everything is coming through loud and clear. Is it too loud? Is it not loud enough? Is the audio of the video good? Is the balance good? If you guys could give me some of that feedback as we progress, that would be amazing. So let's jump into some reactions. How this is going to work, if you've never been on a TECKreacts live stream before, is we got the up next down here. It used to be down here. Now it's over here. And that's going to be the order in which we proceed with the reactions. if you want to submit your reactions, head to the description. There's various different methods to do so if you want to get your songs up on the list. But we're just going to proceed down the line. So Sabaton has a new song that came out 8 days ago. If I can pull it up without clicking buttons a bunch of times. Here we go. I'm clicking 1,000 buttons. Okay, hold on. And you guys can see me struggling, obviously. I also noticed that one of my favorite reactors, Crypt, is doing, it just says token. So I don't know if it's sleep token and he just misspelled it, or if he's doing, I don't know what he's doing. Let's go check in on Crypt real quick. What's he actually reacting to? I'm not supposed to be here. Okay, so it's not sleep token. It's token. I don't know who that is. All right, so let's do, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Here we go. Sabaton. All right, this is Hordes of Khan. Let's do it.
It's the year 2045, and Earth is finally at peace. But since the beginning of time, there was always war. People kept choosing fear and fighting. And World War III almost wiped us out. But somehow, after World War III...
December, so Christmas Eve of 2034. Notice that? Interesting.
Almost wiped us out. But somehow, after everything, we came together. And my favourite band ever, Sabaton, made music and told stories about real wars, real heroes. But since there were no more wars to make music about, they finally quit playing a few years ago. Today, they're part of history, and their instruments belong in a museum. I play in a metal band with my friends.
Very interesting.
And tonight, we're sneaking into this museum to bring Sabaton's music back to life once more.
A very interesting concept.
This way.
Are we about to get like Night at the Museum style? Yeah, I'm feeling Night at the Museum vibes here. His eyes are gonna move.
This way, come on. We're gonna get in so much trouble.
Welcome to
No
our
more wars, no more
exhibition
tours.
Sabaton.
Interesting.
Sabaton were famous in the first half of the 21st century, playing heavy metal with historical lyrics. We are proud to display the instruments used during their final tour. No touching. Legend says they contain magic.
With the horsemen drawing near, and the strongest for the best. With the
Interesting.
These
kids are killing it. Nice. Oh yeah.
Not you guys again.
He's coming back.
Playing the gig with my best friends felt so good. I'm lucky to live in a time where war is history, but heavy metal is forever.
That's long credits. Am I gonna miss anything if I fast forward? No. Doesn't look like it. Okay, I'll stop there. It's interesting. So you got Genghis Khan fighting all these historical soldiers that either came before or after him. And then he is brought down by these folks. Couldn't tell you really who any of these are. Maybe like Templars, like medieval time period. I couldn't really tell you what other, Viking-ish. Couldn't really tell you what other time periods these soldiers existed in, but he's essentially bested by all these. But is coming back. I'm not making the connection on, or maybe it's like Sabaton plays in the spirit of Sabaton's music about war brought them to life, kind of like the thing in Night at the Museum, right? The little like Egyptian thing. And so they basically fought a war right there in the museum. Interesting, though. No more wars, no more tours. No more wars would be nice. Unfortunately, the human condition and how human beings are, I don't see that happening until the end of time. That's not a pessimistic perspective. That's just a realist perspective, and history teaches us over and over and over again that people get, and it's all because people become greedy and want more power, and that's it. That will always be the human condition. People who have power want more, and people who have more want more, and they'll step on. That's not everybody, right? Not all wealthy people are bad. I would say the bulk majority of wealthy people are good people. You know, I'm not a believer that all billionaires stole from somebody to become billionaires. But even though there are a few, you know, bad apples on the tree, I don't think we're going to reach a place where war is not going to happen. War is always going to be around. It's part of the human experiment here. Moving on, we're going to check out Beatpella House. Now, I did a Beatpella with another group, and it turns out that wasn't like a good view of Beatpella House by themselves because it was with another group. So now we're just going to do just Beatpella House, and we're going to do this K-pop medley. Interestingly enough, I don't know any K-pop music, so for me, this is all going to be new. I don't know any of these songs. I don't know where the song starts and stops in the medley. This is just going to be me seeing what they can do as a group. So let's check this out. This is Beatpella House K-pop medley.
Blackpink in your area. Blackpink in your area. When we pull up, you know it's a shutdown. 간판 내리고 문 잠궈 shutdown. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. Keep watching me shut it down. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. 1, 2, 3, let's go. 저 우주로 날아갈 춤추러 가. Hey, let's dance the night away.
Man, that human trumpet is something else.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, let's go. 저 바다 건너 들릴 때 소리 질러. Let's dance the night away. Ooh, yeah, it's so bad, it's good. 난 그 맘을 좀 봐야겠어. 널 stick my God, I love it.
Ooh.
서로를 비추밤 아름다운 밤한 눈빛도 빠져게 되넌 내게로 난 내게로 숨 참고 love dive.
You already know. Hello.
I cook cream soup, tastes cocoa loco. Want me your wife, but she is. I clean your room, it's a twinkle twinkle. Want me your wife, but she is. Supernova.
자꾸 다가와 에이 거세게 커져가
Jeez.
질문은 계속돼 에이 우리 어디서 왔나 에이 사건은 다가와 에이 거세게 커져가 에이 질문은 계속돼 에이 수수수 supernova.
사건은 다가와 에이 거세게 커져가 에이 질문은 계속돼 에이 우린 어디서 왔나 에이 사건은 다가와 에이 거세게 커져가
So many noises.
질문은 계속돼 에이 수수수 supernova.
Come on.
I came here to drop some money, dropping on my money, drop some money. All this was so yummy. Twerking,
Need some hi-hat.
by the things I like. Dollars dropping on my yes tonight.
Go test it.
There it is.
I'm the dash, she a rock star. Make your favorite singer wanna rap, baby la la. Lisa, can you teach me Japanese? I said hi. That's my life, baby. I'm a rock star.
순간 피어나 all eyes on me 불을 질러라 do or die all my life.
Is that what he's doing?
Baby, I ain't seen nothing.
Like a mouth fart, but in bass?
Ooh.
Ooh. Whoa, Wing. That was cool. Do 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 do. Cool song.
Yeah, got them all going. I'm a gonna. 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 I'm a get sun away, away,
I don't know any of these songs, but I want to.
우린 흘러내리지, you know what I mean. Baby, you ain't know what is in my pocket.
나사 빠진 것처럼 미쳐 maniac.
Whoa.
Maniac, maniac. Frankenstein처럼 걸어 maniac, maniac.
That's crazy.
Maniac. 나사 빠진 것처럼
Singing in bass.
maniac. Frankenstein처럼 걸어 maniac.
Dude, these are cool songs.
Maniac. 나사 빠진 것처럼 미쳐 maniac, 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 maniac. Frankenstein처럼 걸어 maniac, 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 maniac. 나사 빠진 것처럼 미쳐 maniac, 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 maniac. Frankenstein처럼 걸어 maniac, maniac, maniac.
더 높이 가줄게. 내가 바랬던 세계 제일 위에. 떨어져도 돼. Anti-fragile, anti-fragile. 난 지금 on my way. 같아버려줘 나의 fairy tale. Now you know my name. Anti-fragile, anti-fragile. Fragile, fragile. Fragile. Fragile, fragile. Anti-fragile, anti-fragile.
Whoa. I like bounced that hand back and forth. That was cool.
Love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, and I love you right back. Love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, love me like that, love me like this, and I love you right.
Oh, nice transition.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover.
Okay, I know this song.
Pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that. Cool shade stunner, yeah, I owe it all to my mother. Hot like summer, yeah, I'm making you sweat like that.
Break it down. Dum, dum, dum. I love it, no one matching the nun.
Baby,
Dum, dum, dum. I love it, no one matching the tune. Dum, dum, dum. I love it, no one matching the nun. Dum, dum, dum. I love it, no one matching the tune.
And like it started. I love it. Okay, the songs. BTS, but or maybe that's why I know it. I want to go check out all these songs now. I don't know any of them. They were really cool, very catchy. Very, very catchy. That was awesome. That was really cool, man. The insane amount of talent that these people can make with just their mouths and throats and voices is just, it's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. All right, so we've done Beatpella House. Now we're moving on to some Dan Vasc. I haven't done Dan Vasc since Christmas. It's been a long time. But I didn't know this. Apparently, he has a cover of my favorite song on one of my favorite musicals, A Million Dreams. I love this song. And I love the harmony between Hugh Jackman and the lady. I wonder if he's going to replicate that or if it's just going to be him. But let's check this out. This is a Million Dreams cover from The Greatest Showman musical by Dan Vasc. I have high hopes for this one. High expectations.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my home. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design.
Alright, hit it.
'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams that keep me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take.
Yes.
A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
So yeah, small guy. The first verse is a small boy who actually sings it. And then in the movie, when it cuts to that young boy what is his character's name? The Hugh Jackman character. What is his name? It starts with a B. Barnes? Barnum. Yes. And yes, he actually sings it. So actually, before the movie came out, small guy, you don't have to watch the movie, but there's some great videos of him rehearsing these songs in a rehearsal studio with the rest of the musicians and the band. And he's actually singing. In fact, there's one song. It's not this one. It's one later on in the song where he had just gotten like nose surgery. And there was his understudy was doing the rehearsal with him. And halfway through the song in rehearsal, he steps in and sings it after just having that nose surgery and kills it, man. The video went viral. If we can find it, I'll play it for you. Yeah, Hugh Jackman can sing.
There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away.
So this is the girl part in the movie.
I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy.
Yeah.
They can say we've lost our mind. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world we design. Every night I lie in bed, the bright hair colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, it's all it's gonna take.
I hope he does the harmony.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you bring me along to the The brightest colors fill my
These harmonies are killer.
A million dreams are keeping me awake. A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be. A vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
Oh yeah, dude, these harmonies are killer.
For the world we're gonna make.
I apologize, I sang over his cover. I just love this song so much.
Hey my friends, this was a little bit different than what I usually bring to you here. Those of you who have been hanging around for a while know that my goal with this channel is to hit 1 million subscribers. So the lyrics of this song speak a lot to me. I appreciate you joining me on this quest. Let me know in the comments what songs you want me to cover. And have yourselves an epic day.
It was different, but you know what? Wait, has he hit 1 million? 1.09 million. Good, he got it. He got his million dreams. I love it, man. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. This guy's got so many songs I want to do. Jeff Tate from Queensryche. You know, I'm going to tell on myself. I don't know if I've ever heard a Queensryche song before. I don't think I have. I mean, I couldn't tell you one. Up next. Okay, we're going to do some Ghost. Some Ghost. Okay, here we go. Small guy, here we go. We're going to do this together. I don't know if you know this song already. We're going to do Square Hammer. Right here. Square Hammer. That doesn't ring a bell to me. I'll check that out. Here we go. Ghost. Square Hammer. So 80s, it's great. Cool. Couldn't tell you what the song was about. I found the music underwhelming. I'm just going to be honest with you. Spillways was amazing. I loved Spillways. I loved Lacrima. I didn't like Cerise. And I don't like this one either. It just feels, I don't know. Lyrically, I couldn't even tell you what the song was about. I have no idea. No idea. If a square hammer is like a symbol for something, I couldn't tell you what the symbol is. But musically, if I'm stripping away the lyrics and just looking at music, melody, everything but the words, I found it underwhelming. For me, it was quite boring. It feels like something I've heard 5,000 other times. I don't know. I didn't like it. 113 million views to me didn't make sense. I don't know, man. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. Did not like it whatsoever. Had a cool groove to it. I just didn't I didn't care for the song. Didn't like it. And that's it. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, now we're gonna do some Babymetal, y'all. I haven't done a Babymetal in a while, which is a bummer because I'm gonna go see them in, oh goodness, when am I gonna go see them? 1, 2, 3, 3.5 weeks. Yes, in Chicago with Ginger and Bloodywood, and my 13-year-old daughter is gonna go with me because she really likes Babymetal. So let's do this one. Let's do, I kind of just found one, I think. Maybe it's been on my list for a long time. Where's it at? Where is it, this one? Was it Mirror, Mirror? Or was it Metal Kingdom? Metal Kingdom. There we go. Hold on a second. Hold, please. Small guy, they have a unique sound. I get, unique sound today, yes. If they were around in the 80s, they would sound like every other 80s bands. But 80s sound today, yes, is unique. For me, just everything I've heard so far is very copy-paste from the 80s, as far as structure, sound, even tones of the guitar, effect on the voice. For me, the only thing that makes them stand out and different is the time period in which they're in and the imagery they put behind it. So I would say for me, it's unique to today, but it is not unique given like the history of music. But then again, who is unique given the history of music, right? And that's why I do like it. Like, that's why Spillways to me was so great, because for me, Spillways shouted to me Alice Cooper, and I love Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper was unique when he was around. He brought a unique sound in a sea where everybody was sounding the same. It's kind of like what happened with Nirvana. I'm not a big Nirvana fan, but when Nirvana entered the scene, they were because Nirvana brought grunge rock out of 80s rock and roll. And you either loved it or you hated it. I feel like that's what Alice Cooper did to some metal, or did to some 80s rock, was he brought this really unique sound and quality, but he also did have a very similar theatric to this as well. Okay. $1 Million Baby vinyl. Nice. Okay, here we go. This is Babymetal, Metal Kingdom. I expect a wall of sound if you're calling the song metal. like a Game of Thrones thing. Oh, they got all the fox. That's cool. This feels like a good opener. Ooh! Ooh, turn it up, turn it up. Oh, I like this one. Hold up. That drum fill was cool. Come on. Wait, where's the third one? Are we in for a surprise? See you, small guy. Take care, bud. Oh, dude, I'm getting goosebumps. Look at it. Where's the third one? Whoa! Oh, dude, that stop was nasty. Such a small detail, but it like this full stop, complete silence for a beat or two. I don't know, like that's the part that got me going out of everything going on. This is a tremendous song, but that specific part is like a reset, kick you in the face. That was amazing. Feel this, feel this. Oh, that was... Oh, yeah. Dude, that freaking song was killer. Couple questions. Where's the third lady? And then another question, more, and this is very much out of ignorance, just not knowing a lot about the group. So this was 2 years ago. Was there a season where there wasn't a third? Like, because I wasn't. Aren't the girls that are there now? Aren't one or two of them not one of the original Babymetal ladies? This one right here, the one that sang the whole time. Is that Momo? Right, this one. So the majority of the songs that I've heard and I've reacted to, she's singing the most. Is she like the leader of the trio? Is that how it works? Is she seen that way as like the leader of the pack? Not to use the Fox thing loosely. I would love to know that. But man, this to me feels like either a good opener, or if they were doing an intermission, like a post-intermission, let's get back in the groove song. Now here's another thing that's interesting. Most songs that I have seen them do, they're in these massive arenas. When I go see them in Chicago, they are not in a massive arena. Let me show you where they're going to be. They're going to be at a place called the Byline Aragon Ballroom in Chicago. And that's all you get. You get like a fairly kind of small stage, if I'm being honest. Like, that's all you get. I am really curious how they're going to take this, like this massive amount of show, and reduce that to making more use of a small stage like at the Aragon Ballroom. That's going to be interesting. That is going to be very interesting. Because as you can see, the stage is just built up. So are they going to extend the stage out and make more of a stage? Are they going to put a thing down the middle? I don't know. My daughter and I, we have seats like I think we have general seating. So I'm going to get there really early. There's a chance we may have some interviews lined up with a band that starts with J and ends with Injure. I'll keep you posted on that. So we very well could be there very early. Really curious how that's going to translate. Awesome. Or has anybody seen them on because I know that they just started the US tour, and has anybody seen them in the US yet? All right, so we're going to wrap up today with Epica Time, assuming no other things come through. I am very tired. I think I'm going to switch live streams to another day that are not Saturdays, where I'm not beat to a pulp in jiu-jitsu class in the morning. So I feel like I'm not giving you guys 100%. All right, let's check out Epica Time. Is this from, okay, this is more from a spiral. I'm liking everything from a spiral so far. Very, very much. Oh yeah. It's got like Pantera vibes. Like Symphony of... No, that's not Pantera. Who's that? That's cool. Dude, this is the Pantera group right here. Did they reincarnate Dimebag Daryl to do this groove? It's great. That's awesome. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, what did they end that like on a 6 or 4? What is that? Is it? Dude, that's cool. I think it ends on a 6. Like you want it to go dun 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 dun. Very cool. I love it. Love, love, love. I wonder how much of the Spiral album I've actually made my way through now, because I've done quite a few reactions to it. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to call it a day. This was a short one today, just to get again kind of back into the groove of things, doing the live streams again. I'm gonna pick a different day. Maybe we'll do them later in the evening on Saturdays too, when I've kind of had some time with the family, time to rest. You know, do all the weekend chores and all that stuff. But this was great. Thanks for hanging out with me for how long we've been live? Hour and a half on a Saturday afternoon. Appreciate you guys. Have a very, very, very good one. New content coming, just to kind of give you a sneak peek of what I've got coming up. Got a little bit more Mission Souls. There's also a new band called Sleep Theory that I've been hearing a lot about. They are now going on tour with Falling in Reverse, and so I'm gonna do that one as a new one. My boy Crypt has a brand new song out as well. I do want to check that one out. And then there is a song, a Dragon Force song with Alyssa White Glues from Arch Enemy that I also want to check out. Might do a little bit more Ghost. The Deer Hunter, one of my all-time favorite bands, has a new music video out as well. I'd love to check that out. I don't think I've ever done any Deer Hunter because I know all their stuff. So now that they're releasing new music, I can kind of get to that. And then somebody had recommended this young singer named Marcelito Pomoy. And I'm going to do that one as well. So this upcoming week or two, that's what we're going to have going on the channel. Look out for those. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every time we do drop a video or schedule a live stream. And I will see you guys on the next video. Have a wonderful week.